So it is my first day back after being away for 4 trading days. So I'm definitely very happy to be back. But whenever I take any sort of break from the markets, I like to take things easy and take it slow and just, ease back into the market instead of just punching orders and like swinging big share sizes. So I traded pretty conservatively today, I'd say. So a lot of small wins, a lot of money left on the table. But the first trade is FDX. This one I was actually looking for a lot more. They had really good earnings and beat on earnings and expectations, and the stock literally just spiked from 155 all the way to 163 at the high of the day. But after it first dipped below to this 160s levels, that's when I was interested in taking a long on the dip, and I was looking for the stock to reclaim VWAP quickly and go on even higher to touch maybe 164. But the market was rolling over. It just seemed really weak. There's barely any bounces, so I just took like 20 cent win on this, and that was a good bail because the stock later tanked. So this one didn't work according to the plan, but a small win is better than a loss. And the second stock I traded was WKHS. The reason I picked this one because it was open a first red day, and that's why I was interested in shorting the stock. But I didn't think it would reclaim and then go on to do a red to green move. In the morning, it dipped from 17 all the way down to 14, and those were really good short opportunities. As you can see, scaled in some shorts, covered into the dips, and essentially I'm recycling my share sizes. And you can see later on I did give back some profit on the short on WKHS because there were positive news coming out comparing their electric vehicles to Tesla and some BS like that. But we gotta respect the price action. The stock was holding after this, and later on went to do a red to green move, and you can see they triggered SSR. So I bet the stock later squeezed out a lot of shorts that piled on in the morning, just like I did. But the difference is that I took the meat of the move, and I did give back some profits. But I knew the price action wasn't right. It wasn't really tanking according to the plan, so I just had to take the small hit and get out of the stock. So this is kind of how I ease back into the market after a few days off. I kind of take the simpler trade, I'd say, that's being in play for a few days, and avoid the little runners that's been giving people headaches, like MYO, which I was watching, and a couple other stocks. So one more trading day tomorrow until the holiday on Friday, and we'll see what happens. So the highest percentage gapper of the day was FRAN. It was a nice little play on the short side to end the short week. Haha, see what I did there? But if you look at the daily chart on FRAN, this is the time when they had a huge run due to good earnings. But each time on the daily chart, if you look at here, and going back all the way to a couple years ago, each time the stock had a gap up pre-market, it tends to kind of just pop and sell off unless they had a real transformational fundamental news like they did here in September of 2019. But today they had some positive news, yes, but the news of releasing an app, it's not something immediate that's going to be executed right away. It's going to take months, if not years, to develop the app. And that's why the pre-market gap up, I think, was like 200% from $5 all the way to $8 pre-market. That's why I was leaning more short bias on that stock. And when we went parabolic from, I think, $6.70 all the way to $8.70, $2 move at the market open, I was leaning in more short biased. Short started some starter before the market opens and added on the spike at the market open, shorted into an initial spike. It's a low float stock, right? So when the spike failed, and you can see momentum and lots of selling into this push, that's why I know the stock is pretty heavy and I want to add into it. But unfortunately, the stock became really hard to borrow, so I didn't have much size to be honest. But it was still a pretty decent move from the 860s. I think after this ad and this ad here, I had about a 7 780s average after all the ads, and I held on to it, covered some into the partial, but the idea is I want to add any bounces, right? It's hard to add on weakness on this kind of low float stock, but the stock was just so heavy. It seems like every single long that's back holding the stock on the daily charts, you can see everyone who's holding the stock from above $5, they're trying to get out, and that's the idea behind this kind of short setup, right? And it was really heavy. You can see barely any bounces. The major bounce, the first bounce I got, I reshorted it, added even more. I'm adding on weakness, I understand, but it was just so heavy. I'm just following the price action, and my best cover was 620s, and the stock literally faded the entire gap back to $5. Basically where it came from. So, definitely left a lot of money on the table, but it's just not my type of play to kind of sit here all day and nurture the short position, but still added up pretty nicely despite the smaller sizes I was able to locate. The other stock I played on the long side was WKHS, and actually I had a lot more expectation for this stock to run than FRAN, and that's why I was long biased on it. I didn't short any of the stock, and that's because the stock is breaking out on the daily already pre-market. If you look at pre-market, it's already gapping up above the previous day's highs, and they actually trapped a lot of shorts with this pre-market morning dip down to 1980s, triggered SSR. Well, the SSR was triggered from the day before, but I bet this trapped a lot of shorts, and that's why at the market open it immediately squeezed from $20 all the way to $22. In hindsight, would have been smart to long this. This is a very similar setup as UONE from a couple of weeks ago. I don't know if you remember that, but it did the exact same move, right? They pulled the bid before the open on low volume pre-market and squeezed it back up at the market open. It's the exact same setup and same price action. And that's why I was more long biased on the stock. I was thinking that, there are layers of shorts trapped in this on the daily chart, and every single dip, it's probably gonna get bought up. But honestly, I was looking for more of a breakout move around this area, right? And you can see I longed the dips, sold some to protect myself, but added even more. This add was pretty aggressive, I'll admit, but because I was looking for a very clean move to break out about $23. When added on the dip that we got, this was a nice hold of pre-market highs, and we got the pop again. I sold some just to lock some in, but we never ended up getting the $23 move that I had wanted, and I pretty much tried to recycle some more shares on the long side on the dips here, but didn't end up working. I did sell all my long positions here and tried to go back here, but after this cracks the 21.80s mark, 21.80 to $22 support, it's where I realized the bounces are pretty weak, and I bailed my re-entry here pretty quickly. As you can see, pretty much break even on the second trade. But my thesis on the long side, on the front side, I think it was still a viable thesis and still added up nicely, even though I didn't get the big win I had anticipated. But small wins are fine, better than a loser. But you can see the stock later on consolidated around this $20.60s area and squeezed again. But I was away for this part, and the stock just squeezed and faded off. So wasn't that strong of a breakout move, but you can see we actually closed red on the day with this wick candle here, and some selling volume coming in. So I think we'll probably get a gap down next week and retrace some to $15 probably on the stock. So definitely a shortened week, but I'm very happy to be back trading in the markets again and getting settled in my parents' home here in Taiwan. But looking forward to the action next week, and hope everyone have a good July 4th weekend as well as Canada Day weekend. And I'll see you guys next week. Hey guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and the bad jokes. If you want to see more day trading content, make sure to subscribe and follow me on Twitter and Instagram for more. If you'd like to trade with me daily and get my free weekend watch list and trading journal, make sure to check out the links below for more resources. Stay green, stay positive, and I'll see you guys next time.